3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name's Ash, and here is today's comic. Special shout out to my friend Comic Quirks, who does videos like me when he's not busy doing reviews of books. Why are you reviewing books, Quirks? Go back to comics. We all want to see you review comics. Anyways, he said I could borrow his Leviathan Rising, and so I am. Because I was not paying $10 for this shit. Look at all these people involved in this book. So, Leviathan Rising is the sequel to the prequel that is itself a prequel to the event. Okay. So, Action Comics is the prequel. This is the sequel to Action Comics, which I did a review for Action Comics 1011. So this is sort of that, but this is still not the event. So this itself is a prequel to all the books that this is launching, Bendis books. We're going to get a Jimmy Olsen Bendis book. We're going to get a Lois Lane Bendis book. And I don't know if it's actually tied in, but we're going to get a Batman and Superman book. And then, of course, Superman's going to continue with 2 books. I don't think the Batman and Superman is tied to Schneider's Batman Who Laughs. Thankfully, it's not part of the Bendis. And it's written by Joshua Williamson. Awesome. So here we go. Oh, finally DC is advertising something that is awesome and we all want to see. Sean Gordon Murphy is probably the hottest thing in comics in decades. Interesting. We start off, Clark Kent kidnapped. All right, so Justice League's like, what's going on? And here we have Superman, Leviathan Rising. And here's everyone involved. It's 1 million people. And we start off, Magnus book. Wait here, ma'am. Metropolis. So she's in the bookstore. And this part I thought was all really cool. She's looking at this book. No prices. Never a good sign. But if you'd like that one, it's on me, Miss Leone. I'd love to buy it for you. If you have room for it. I feel you might. Excuse me? The woman who runs the city right under his nose. The woman he has no idea even exists. Here you are. Leone. Or is it Leone? Could be either one. Just shopping. For rather big books. Olsen's books there. Hopefully, you'll think back on what I'm about to say and realize how much I mean it. You are one of the most impressive people I have ever come across. How are you doing that with your face? Oh, it's pretty intense camouflage technology. I picked it up from what was left of the DEO. Great for people like you and me, for when we just want to go shopping. Well, sir, I think it's universal truth that people respond poorly to being cornered, and I just hate not being properly introduced. I debated how to approach you. The right answer was edible bouquet with a note of introduction. I know people not knowing about you is kind of your thing, but knowing things others don't is kind of becoming mine. So we needed to meet. The DEO? The rumor is the DEO is no longer with us. All kinds of rumors swirling about Amanda Waller. So are you Leviathan? Clap, clap, clap. Not impressed. Don't you love a day when a day surprises you? Do I get to choose the form of my destruction? Did the others? Oh God, no. You're literally the only person on the planet who I think knows what they're doing. What you have built here is a work of art. I'm here because, well, as strange as this interaction already is, I'm here to ask for your professional opinion. Really? I know, we're strangers, but I was wondering if you had done some R&D that you don't want to act on. Intel that someone like me might do something with. R&D in what area? In how to finally get rid of him. if you ever absolutely had to. Blank look. Now, I could just keep going, and I probably went on too long. There's a lot of pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pages devoted to this conversation. And I will say, I liked it very much. I don't know which artist does what in this book, because there's a lot of stuff, but I really enjoyed the person they got to do the art. Their job was to tell story and facial expressions, and that's not always easy for comic artists to do, and I really enjoyed that. So they have a conversation about Superman and dealing with him, and about the whole, you don't mention his name, and I thought it came across really well. Like, I was enjoying it at this point. I was like, it did get overly long. 6 pages. I'm just like, okay, Ben. It's like, Bendis, you can't wrap it up. It's like me doing my videos. I just can't stop freaking talking. And then we get this page, which is just a lot of stuff going on. And I kind of enjoyed it because it really captured the hustle and bustle of a newsroom in the frantic nature of the conversations and things like that. A reminder, she's a supervillain. So I'm not going to cover that. We do have some of the conversation does continue, and that's in these dialogue boxes. They talk about the way to get rid of him is not to get rid of him, but things he cares about. And then they talk about Lois, and it's like, well, everyone's tried Lois. Like, Lois is a badass. Like, you don't mess with her. So it's not hard to find the things he cares about or how to take them away from him. Pick one. Watch how fast the little broken boy will crumble. You're talking about that reporter Lois. The answer is no, not her. Everyone has tried that. Where is it? I'm saying he has softer targets. When you say softer targets, and then here we see, finally, the fight with Superman and, was it Mogul? I forget his name. That happens in Port Oswego, where Naomi, that incident, like, that she missed, this is here. Finally, it's getting used. You're like, what? Let me see if I can word this in a way that doesn't insult you or any of your co-conspirators in this master plan you're cooking. I say the word soft target, and your brain immediately went to the one target that has proven to be anything but. She's a very dangerous woman, regardless of her relationship with a big, blue, broken boy. She's actually the daughter of one of the most dangerous men in the world, and she has autonomous access to the publish button of one of the biggest news services in the world, and she is not afraid to use it. That woman is in no way, shape, or form a soft target of any kind. I appreciated that because, like, her power is all about shadows, and Lois' power is all about shining light on shadows. So Lois would be very dangerous to her. See, I'm saying to you, if everyone in your industry has tried one thing and gotten one terrible result, why not try the other thing? Think of him like a bear. What do you do to a bear? You don't trap a bear and tell him why. You trap him and kill him immediately. You spring a trap that makes all those powers over sight and sound useless. And so this conversation so goes on, and they're talking about how to get rid of Superman, essentially. And this whole story is these two interacting, and Leviathan basically consulting with Hidden Mafia woman, the head of Hidden Mafia, on what he should do. So I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of stuff in this book. So Superman's flying around. He's like, huh? That's the way he lands. This is weird. Hold on. There are people in our apartment right now waiting to kidnap me, Lois. Who's trying to kidnap you, sweetie? Holy shit, he didn't say baby. He has a different adjective. Or, not adjective, nickname. Can't really say. Black Sopsish. No wallets or identification on him. They're talking in sign language and code. No tags on their clothes. No tattoos or skin markings. And they're hiding in our apartment back in Metropolis right now. Looking to kidnap you? That part was clear. Not me? Huh. I'm assuming they don't know Clark Kent is Superman. Wow. Clark Kent with enemies. And it goes on, blah, blah, blah. Far too long. And Clark's like, you know what? I'm going to let him kidnap me. I'm going to get the story. I was like, well, that's kind of clever. I mean, he is Superman, so why should he be afraid? And she's like, oh, so you're going to let yourself get kidnapped so you can find the story behind what's kidnapping? Yes, I've done that. You invented it. They clearly don't know who I really am, so, hey, baby. Oh, there it is, baby. When you're in the kidnapping, what? Oh, no, okay, the lying. So Clark Kent goes, lets himself get kidnapped, and Talia al Ghul shows up, and he's pretending to be afraid and all this stuff. And then they put a harness on him with kryptonite. And I just remember doing a reading of, I don't know which one will come out first, but I did a reading of Young Justice, #5. And they talk about in that book, like, you got kryptonite. Like, oh my God, like, how is it possible you got kryptonite? And I'm like, Bendis uses kryptonite all over the place. Why is he writing, like, kryptonite? One of the journalists at the frickin' Daily Planet just asked for kryptonite and she got it. Like, how is it so hard to believe that the head of the gem world, the overlord, could get kryptonite? And here we see Talia, oh, I got kryptonite. It's like everyone just gets kryptonite. It's like, so just, when you do this, when you make this ridiculously, you take all of the mystique out of it. It just becomes now an overused trope. Now this is cliche and stupid. Oh, look, another Superman villain's got kryptonite. Like, stupid. Anyways, if anyone would have kryptonite, I guess Talia al Ghul. And of course, she doesn't know that Clark's Superman. He's laying there to die. And Lois getting worried. But then she's like, nah, don't worry, it's Superman. And then she goes over to his apartment. And she realizes, because she's a smart girl, and she's investigate. And so she ends up consulting with Batman. Now she's smoking, which I was like, what the? Why she got cigarettes? What's going on, DC? I didn't know. Lois is smoking? What? Oh my goodness. That's not a good look. Man, this artist, I was just like, oh my God. He just make Lois look haggard and ugh. So, yeah, not happy with this artist at all. But you can see for yourself. I don't need to tell you what to think. But she calls Batman in. And I didn't really like how this went. So why kidnap Clark Kent? And to me, there's no easier ways to do it. They're after Superman. Clark Kent is bait. She pieces it together because of the mail, and Clark Kent's apparently anal, and he always sorts the mail and stuff. And the deal is that someone is getting the mail at their apartment and pretending, so they don't want anyone to realize that Clark Kent's missing. That's the whole thing. But she realizes it because of that mail. And these guys have a lot of money. They have apartments all over the place. Penthouse apartments too. I damn well have thought this through. She's getting in an argument with Batman. Right. And then Batman looks at her. Oh, and looks away. Perhaps you better tell me everything. And I was just like, oh, come on. Come on. The only way I'd have to read this to you to really like make it come, have it make sense. But arguing with Batman, stare down. Look, the way to make a character strong is not to belittle everyone around them. That's the problem with these modern progressive writers. Screw you, Bendis. Oh my God, look at this art. What the hell is that? Is that, I guess that's Wonder Woman. So she shows up. Oh, God. What is that face? I'm just so distracted. I don't even know where to begin. Basically, the Justice League shows up and says, don't worry, he's in good hands. All right. So then we get this. Superman's married friend, Jimmy Olsen. Right in the middle of this all dark story. Got to find Clark Kent. And despite this part being kind of shitty and the cucking Batman, it still was okay. Like the mystery, I was like, oh, what's going on? And how's Clark going to get out of this? He's in Krypton. Now, this is the writer and artist of the new Jimmy Olsen book. I have posted on Twitter about my distaste for this book even coming out. And it's not because I don't like Jimmy Olsen. I think Jimmy Olsen's fine. I don't like that they make him into this hipster character. Look, he's wearing a bow tie. Like, they rip him right out of the 50s and then throw him into today. And it's like, no, write Jimmy as Jimmy would be today. Don't write Jimmy straight out of the 50s. And it's like, and they're like in the world's biggest bed. Look at this. This is like 3 California Kings put together. This is gigantic. And of course, Jimmy Olsen's book. How did you, get it off. Oh, look, Jimmy Olsen's married. Jessanthamith. Jix. Close. That's a weird name. Oh, hey, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Jix from your friends, the Grilliton Grande. I took your name? Oof. Boy, that grill of champagne's no joke, huh? But look, they put that exact phrase right on the label. So, Jix, my name's Jimmy Olsen, and I'm a photographer, and I'm on a book tour, and I guess it went pretty well last night. Oh, I like a man in tweed, of course. Of course you do, said no hot chick ever. Well, at least not since the 50s. Can you even find tweed anymore? And Jimmy Olsen is just not a man with the ladies. Anyway, right, the alibi. I'm sorry, little guy. I said you're weirdly ripped for such a little guy. Oh God, facepalm. That's a lot of uptalk, but thanks. I try to take care of my body, and I believe in fitness, good nutrition, and cool, interesting. Hand me my top. Man, Gorilla City, it's all so bright. Painfully bright. What do you think? So what do you do, Jinx? Seems at least a husband can know about his... What? I've messed up, haven't I? Oh, I travel a lot. To other worlds, mostly. Dumb. And then Jimmy decides to tell her of this time when he was in a cartoon land. It's so cutesy. This is the most embarrassing cutesy pie writing drivel I have read in a long time. I can just hear the cartoon sound effects as I look at this. One more thing. Found a stray cat hiding out on the roof of the museum that I was on for reasons anyway. I shut him in the bathroom. Get him to a no-kill shelter for me, Kay. Here's the preview panel that they did for the book. Look at this art. Weirdly ripped. Best blurb of the whole book tour. Wow. Oh, holy fuck. Forced cursing. She wasn't kidding. Hello there, kitty witty sweetie buns. Hello. Oh, who's a good smoopy whoopy waiting all alone for Mr. Jimmy to let you out of the big bad bathroom? Oh, hey. Yes, I know Zach does this. I'm complete homage to our boy Zach here. My clothes. Of course. Look at that cat. It's just SJWs and their cats. Meow. Oh, hey, buddy. You sort of scratched my stuff up some. Meow. Oh, just don't. It's okay, little buddy. Okay. Just let me get in nice and slow, and I'm gonna... And then the cat proceeds to murder Jimmy Olsen, which I really wish he did actually murder. It was the end. Jimmy Olsen killed. Get it? Because remember that movie? Remember that movie where the cat turned out to be this deadly thing? Remember? We all love... Oh, yeah. We'll just copy it here because, we're full of ideas. Meow, so cutesy. Silly Billy. Let's just name the cat Silly Billy. That would be amazing. Oh my god, dude. These are my fifth best tweed. Oh god. Look at Silly Billy. Oh, look at the kid. He's all cutesy after destroying the room. Okay. Murph. So stupid. That's it. It's impressive. It really... The heck? Can't have you follow me. She stole my wallet. Crap, passport too. How am I gonna... Please don't kill me, Mr. Kitty. Please. God, Jimmy, you're such a pathetic fucking buffoon. Why'd you just curb stomp that cat on its head and crush its brains in? Why? Because you're written by Matt Fraction, and this is all Silly Billy nonsense. And then she's like, oh, is Kitty really gonna cough up a hairball? Oh no, hang on. No, don't barf on the... Dude, what does it matter what the cat barfs on? It literally ripped the room to shreds. No, not barf. Not barf. It's Evil Dead levels of blood spewing out of the cat. Oh, it's nonstop. So gross. Was that? How was... Wow. Oh, my watch is going off. See, the K stands for kryptonite, you guys. Editor. Oh, even the editor can be Silly Billy. Bad news. This is bad news. I gotta get out of here. Miss Lane, can I borrow $1,000? And the only thing interesting about this story is this actually tied into the previous story I read, but I didn't cover it. Where Lois gets a text and she's like, "What the fuck? Jimmy's texting me?" And now you know where this text comes from because it kind of comes in full. This is stupid. Look at the levels. Look. And then we gotta go save Superman. The gorillas because they're in gorillas. What the fuck is going on? No one even knows. This is what we're gonna get. This is what. So I tweeted on Twitter. I was like, no real fan wants this book. And then of course I got a myriad of SJW hipster comic fans all being like, "Oh, I want this book. What are you talking about? Oh, take your hate other places. You don't know what you're talking about. This book's going to sell 5,000 copies. The first issue will probably sell. Number one's always sell. And then it's going to be dog shit like this, and no one's going to care, and it's going to sell 5,000 copies because no one really wants this book. It's just all these hipsters like the idea of this book. And so the silly billiness, God, 12 issues, $4. You're going to pay $50 for this? Oh my God. Oh, and then we get Supergirl. And I'm not a Supergirl fan. And I guess if you're a Supergirl fan, maybe you'll understand some of the story. Some of the behind the scenes characters have some domestic breakup. And they split up. Whoop-de-doo. Supergirl's investigating, and one of the characters gets blasted by one of the robot things and gone, and it's full circle, and now we're back to Supergirl and coming like, whoa, because she's been in space for so long, and that's that story. Oh, no, it's not. It's still going on. Oh, she finds a message in a bottle. Then we go back to Clark Kent, the main story, and then the villain, Leviathan, finally reveals himself, and he's talking to Superman, and ends up letting him go. Clark is still pretending to be Clark, and this is it. Are you Leviathan? Shh. What is your mission statement? What do you want? I'm sorry, I'm not doing interviews right now. I'm in the middle of a misunderstanding. Growing pains. Sorry for this inconvenience. I'll be interested in how you report it. Why did you let me go? Come on. Kryptonite poison should be almost... Okay, focus. Almost... struggle. 2 whole pages, by the way. This is 2 whole pages. 2 whole pages of struggling. There he is. Oh, man, Mr. Kent. Look. The cat is in a super costume now, and Silly Billy is in a gorilla costume. Clark, are you Firestorm? I think so. Who did this to you, Mr. Kent? So they talk about blah, blah, blah. Rooftop. Lois is like, you left this at home. Oh, you're the best. And then Clark's using his x-ray vision. Oh, look, Super Cat. Silly Billy. Oh, look, there's Jimmy taking pictures. It's so stupid. And then Superman goes, dun, 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 dun. Oh, look, there's the bad guy. I'll go get him. Teleported away. I feel bad for you. Yes, I feel bad for you too, as a fan of Superman. And then we have Leviathan talking to the ex-leader of Leviathan, and we find out that he basically took over Talia's organization. She ended up joining in with him for whatever reasons, because they made some promising, and then she tried to take a coup from him. It's all really just confusing nonsense. I think Bendis was like, oh, Leviathan? That sounds like a cool name. I'll make a character called Leviathan, and now anytime DC uses Leviathan, they got to pay me royalties. And so he figures out, oh, she did a coup, and tosses her out the window. Oh, look, Talia al Ghul's dead. So, yay! After she... Anyways, I don't even... If you want to know why I did this. Oh, but she's not dead, because Superman... Dun, 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 dun. Superman's like, okay, all right, I saved you. You need to tell me what's going on. You can just take me to jail, because I'm still a bad guy, and even though you saved my life, and my enemy tried to kill me, I'm not going to tell you anything. So, oh, okay, great. And back to Metropolis with the hidden mafia boss and the cool car from Action Comics #1. And she doesn't like that Leviathan was able to get access to her, and he's like, dude, he had technology that isn't even supposed to exist. That doesn't matter. I'm going to kill you. And I was like, you actually were a really cool character a minute ago. Like, you were a super smart character. You did things smart. You didn't act like the normal supervillain and do things like kill your henchmen for not being more than they should be. You just became Darth Vader wannabe. Like, this is such a tired trope. This would have been so much better had she understood, yes, you're right, you couldn't have done anything. And as a very smart villain, I'm not going to waste my resources and kill you, because that's what idiots do. Kill all. So they end up having to promote up the people underneath them who are even less competent, and then you just end up with incompetence all around you because you killed all the best people. Whatever. That was just tiresome. And then, oh, look, it's the red mist bitch. And then she decides, I don't want to be your boss anymore. Let's be partners. So they celebrate. Now they're partners because she didn't want to order her around. Oh, okay. And then, whoa, Clark Kent was kidnapped? Okay, so they're all... But no, Clark's back, so that didn't even make sense. And that's the end. All in all, the main storyline that was through here was okay. Had this been a $3.99 comic, I would have been like, it's middling. I could have done without the Jimmy Olsen stuff, the Supergirl stuff. Just had the main basic storyline. I think this should have just been part of Action Comics. It would have made a lot more sense, but I think because they need the event to happen and need to get rushed, and because Bendis can't tell stories without like 8 or 10 issues of comics, they're like, dude, just cram this all into a book. We can't wait for you to be like Ash and do a 90-minute video on a 15-minute comic. So that's it. Save your money. Really, nothing major happens. It introduces Leviathan, kind of talks about his motives. It plays a little bit up on the head of the hidden mafia. So if you're into action comics, which admittedly is the least shitty of the two Superman books, you get to know a little bit about her. And like I said, I thought she was actually really cool until the end. She just turned out to be another stupid cliche villain. That's it. But it's $10. I just can't support that. For $10, so here's what I did. For $10, there we go. Pause it and fast forward. Anyways, for $10, look what I got. The entire New Frontier Black Label Edition, which doesn't really matter. Entire. Normally it's $25. That's the digital price. The hardcovers, I think, like $50. But $5, and then $5 for Superman for All Seasons, the entire book on that. That's what I got for $10. Something else you could get for $10, Superman, that recent Superman book from Marv Wolfman that came out. It's been like a month or two. I forget what it was called. Superman. Something man in it. There it is. Superman, Man and Superman, 100-page, super spectacular. $10 or $8.49 in Comixology. You can get $10 at your comic book store. And if you're lucky enough like me to get a discounted comic store, I get like 20%. It's like $8. Like this. Get this. Don't. Anyways, hopefully I directed your money in a better way. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the views, all the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. It's time for another JL8 webcomic, number 38 by Yale Stewart. Good night, young sirs. Good night, Alfred. Good night. Good night, Mr. Pennyworth. Click. Rustle. Shut up. It helps me sleep.